Hey, Nate here again, and I'm staying in the shade because it's a sunny, bright day, very hot. We came in the afternoon, so it's not the hustle and bustle of the normal market activity. But today, we are shopping at the local market next to the bus terminal. This is the place you go when you want to save money on your fruits, your vegetables, and even fish. So come along with and check it out. All right, this is one of the things I walk right past, which is the dried fish. Many people like it, not for me. You check out this machine, they grind out the coconut. You can get shredded coconut from them very easy, and then they just throw the husks over there. So you can get the purple camote, which is actually a sweet potato. That's one of my personal favorites. The yellow camote, which not a big fan of. And then the one we're familiar with, which is the orange sweet potato. But look at how different they look. And all of that's going to be about 40 pesos per kilo. So less than $1 for 2.2 pounds. So all of this for 70 pesos. You're really into whatever is being harvested at the time. So for the last couple of months, we haven't been able to get the purple sweet potatoes, but now almost every vendor has it. And we almost always pick up jackfruit for about 50 pesos per kilo. But the only jackfruit available is 100 pesos per kilo, or it's not ripe yet. So we're going to be skipping out on the jackfruit today. And it's just not an emoji for your typing. They have eggplant here. We pay 20 pesos per kilo, and we usually get about 2 or 3 at a time for the soups. So we'll get 2 of those for 5 pesos. Some of the staples of our diet is usually ginger, we'll have tomatoes. Sometimes we'll have carrots with our breakfast, or some soups. We almost never get the peppers or the okra, but we definitely get beans. We got the spinach too, which is about 10 pesos. So they'll chop up the squash for you, and they'll give it to you in a little single serving thing, or however big you want it, for about 20 a kilo. So that's another 88 pesos down. We got a couple pieces of okra, a couple cucumbers, some spinach, a little piece of squash, and some green beans. The onions themselves are 100 per kilo, and the garlic bulbs are 130 per kilo. We're only going to be getting enough for a couple weeks. Now, as most markets, you can do all your clothes shopping here too, one-stop shop. We generally go to the ukais out in town, but get yourself a gently used comforter for 200 pesos if you want. So that was 59 pesos for the onions and garlic. And one of the things we really like to eat is this moringa. Probably heard of it. So the little bag of vegetables for 14 pesos. Got some moringa, got some lemongrass. Yum yum. We're getting a special kind of fish that's called malasugi. It's a very yummy fish. It doesn't have all the small bones, but it's 750 per kilo. We'll go ahead and get about 1/4 of a kilo, so about a half pound. And the gentleman here is cooking it up now. It's gonna make a nice little meal or soup. Yum yum! Keep all the fish on ice so it stays nice and cold, doesn't start smelling all rotten. So we got about a half dozen of these peppers, and then a couple of these crunchy tomatoes for 35 pesos. Good deal. Tons of food here, all fresh from the farm. Also be picking up some of these shrimp, which is 440 per kilo. But granted, we're not going to be getting a full kilo, just enough for maybe a meal or two. I sometimes like the squid. I'm not a big fan of like the shell, the different kind of shells they have. Sometimes the seaweed can be nice, but I don't do too much of the seaweed. Seafood, so fresh, it's still moving. ready for you to take it home and boil it up and eat it.
105.
It's a little hot today. Look at this little cute guy. Don't get up for me. Now while they have chicken there, I generally don't get the chicken here at the market. I get either pre-cooked as lechon manok at a place next to my house. And the beef itself I get from a special supplier, so it's like very expensive, but well, not very expensive compared to America, but very high quality. But here's a great place to shop for the fish, for veggies, for spices, and for fruits. Fresh mangoes for 100 a kilo, 120 if you want very, very sweet. Buy lemons, prepackaged, I don't know where those come from. But they got pears and apples, sweet melons, and watermelons, and pineapples, everything your heart could desire. Now there's actually very little variance in what the vendors carry. They almost always carry about the same things. And usually all at about the same price. A whopping 108 pesos, we got 4 mangoes, and then we always get, usually, I'll say 90% of the time we get a watermelon, and we always get coconuts for coconut water and to scoop out the insides. So here's a little trick with the watermelon, guys. If it's got a white spot, that actually means it's very sweet, whereas the ones that are dark green, they're gonna be just more watery. So that'll help you pick out your watermelons. Also, when you tap it, you should hear a thud. It's like almost a hollow thud. Check out these buttes that you can get for 70 pesos per kilo. I got one for 130 pesos. Unfortunately, it's a sad day here. The coconuts are slim pickings, so no coconuts today. We got a full cart full of food. We're ready to go home. I'm a little sad about not having coconuts, but we're about to take a private tricycle ride home with all our bags and call it a day. And when I get back home, I'll show you guys how much I spent here at the market and what I got for it. We were trying to get out of that market fast. It is hot today, very sunny, and even with us being up in the mountains, I just checked the temperature, it's 88 degrees. But man, is it sunny. So anywhere the sun is touching your body, it feels like it's on fire. We're getting out of there quick. We took the private tricycle home, which is 100 pesos. You just tell them Pacquiao, 100. And you hop in and they'll take you directly where you want to go. No waiting, no doing a designated route. Whereas we only paid 30 pesos to get out there. So 130 pesos for the transportation, which is surprisingly a large amount for the expenses today. This shirt is actually just light blue, but all of that is sweat. It is hot. Here's what we got, guys. We got about 1/4 of a squash, some cucumbers, some spinach, some beans, some okra, some peppers, some tomatoes, some calamansi, a bunch of sweet potatoes, garlic, onions, eggplants, some mangoes, some malunggay, some lemongrass, a full watermelon, shrimp, and a nice cut of fish. Go ahead and get your guess in on how much this costs. Have we said out loud how much we think it costs? If your guess was 814 pesos, then you are correct. That is $13.56. So that transportation really is a killer with adding another 130 pesos, bringing the total to get to the market, buy all of this food, and then they come back in a private tricycle ride to 944 pesos or $15.73. I would say for all freshly grown products, everything created, made, grown here locally, and then sold, it's a pretty dang good price. Once again, I am living on $500 or less this month. That includes the food, the rent, the utilities, going out. Every single thing I'm spending this month is included in that $500 a month. So you just saw what under $15 gets you at the market, and under 20 if you want to include transportation. Tell me how I'm doing, guys. Am I close to staying on budget, or did I get carried away with all the fruit? Luckily for me, they didn't have the jackfruit or the coconut. Otherwise, it would have been another 400 or 500 pesos, I'm sure, because I always get a lot. And I'll see you later down the path, or maybe even at the market.